Hello, everyone. My name is Alana Brown. I'm with Solo 401k and Nabers Group, and we have the wonderful Alicia Holmes here.
Yes. Hello, ladies. I've been so excited about giving us the opportunity to do what we're doing, many of us, trading crypto, but to do it in a tax advantaged way. As you know, in the taxable accounts, I have a spreadsheet, I download it. Any trade that goes through, there is a tax consequences. So it is amazing to be able to do the same things in an IRA account without the tax consequences. So it could be either tax deferred or tax deferred and tax free. So I'm going to let Ileana, she has a great presentation. She's going to go through everything. I personally have worked with the Nabers Group. I researched so many companies and they've been doing it the longest. I just was talking to, I'm going to say your name correctly.
Alana.
I was just talking to Alana and I just found out that the owners of the company actually came up with the idea for the Solo 401k, worked closely with the IRS and are responsible for having these self-directed IRAs, which is pretty amazing. So I'm going to hand it over to you. And it's interesting when you can't see. I'm used to seeing everybody. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you. And I'm excited that you're able to share this information with everyone.
Wonderful, Alicia. All right, everyone. Once again, I'm Alana Brown. I'm with Nabers Group and solo401k.com. We're going to go over our two retirement accounts that we have. If you have any questions at all, just ask them down there. I'm going to go through a slideshow. While I'm going through it, any questions pop in your head, please ask us those questions. We are so happy to answer anything that you have. Also, we have a special discount for you ladies today. So if you want to sign up now, go ahead and click on down there somewhere on that button and you could sign up right away. So let's jump in. This is very exciting. Invest your retirement funds in cryptocurrency. And you can invest in all other kinds of things. We'll focus a little bit here on crypto, but just know that these retirement accounts allow you to invest in all kinds of alternative investments. Quick disclaimer. So we are not the replacements for your CPAs, your tax advisors. We are your IRS plan document providers. We are here to provide you with a compliant plan. We're also here for support and education, but it's always important to lean on, your other supports, your CPAs and your tax advisors. But we are here to help you through this awesome process. So most people don't know you could invest your retirement funds in cryptocurrency. So we're going to learn today how to do this. We're going to cover our two kinds of plans. We have the Solo 401k and the Checkbook IRA LLC. So this is just an introduction. We have all kinds of trainings on our network and on our website, and we're happy to, have one-on-one calls with you guys. If anyone, wants a free full 30 minutes to talk about your situation, if there's something that you don't understand, we love to chat on the phone. So I'll make sure to give you guys that link later. So this is great. We're going to learn all about how to take control of those retirement funds. A little bit about us. So we launched the IRA LLC in 2003 and then solo401k.com in 2006. So we've been doing this for a long time. We've helped thousands of self-directed investors take control of their funds. What's really cool is that all of us here at Nabers Group, we all have our own self-directed retirement accounts. It just makes it much easier to, walk you through the process. And I'm sure Alicia can share her experience. We helped her, with getting her process. And what's great too is she's been through it, so she can help you guys too. So it's really nice to talk to someone that's done this. It could sound a little overwhelming in the beginning, but it's not. We're here for you every step of the way. So this is real. You could find it on the IRS website. I think a lot of people haven't heard of it, so they're like, how is this possible? It absolutely is possible. We wish that everyone knew about it. Hopefully they will soon. You could also find us on the IRS website. It's really important to go with a company that is approved. There we are. We are Nabers Services, LLC. We specialize in checkbook controlled plans. So here are some of your different investment options. Of course, we're going to focus a bit on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency today, but check this out. You can invest in real estate, syndications, commercial properties, private equities. You could absolutely do stocks, bonds, and ETFs with this as well. You're not limited, but you just have all of these other things you can invest in: gold and silver, private placements. IPOs. There's just so much that you can do. So take a look at this list. I know it's amazing. So this is what it looks like. So what we'll do is we'll establish your account. Our application is so easy. It takes no more than 5 minutes. You'll roll over your funds or make new contributions. You'll watch our videos. You'll look at our guides. If you need help, you're going to lean on us for that support. You're also going to want to open up a cryptocurrency exchange. We'll dig in a little deeper about that as well. Once you get that exchange open, you're ready to buy crypto. So first thing, we're going to talk about the solo 401k. What is a solo 401k? So it's a company retirement plan. It's a qualified retirement plan, employer-sponsored plan. It is a 401k. So all 401ks need a sponsoring business. So the solo 401k, it's designed for, anyone that has self-employment activity, a small business. You can absolutely have a 401k. You don't have to work for Apple or Amazon or Google, just to have a 401k. You, as a self-employed person, you absolutely get the benefits of a retirement account. So what's most important, and this is going to help you decide, are you going to go for the solo 401k or are you going to do the self-directed IRA LLC? So in order to qualify for the solo 401k, you need to have the presence of self-employment business activity and the absence of full-time W-2 employees in that business. If you are a full-time W-2 employee in your own business, you're probably an S Corp or C Corp. That is absolutely okay. Your spouse too. And of course, if you have any business partners, just no other full-time W-2 employees. You can have part-time W-2 employees and 1099 contract workers. So those are the two qualifications. Your business can be a variety of different structures. You can be, an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp. You and your social security number, you're a sole proprietor. If you're showing Schedule C income, you're getting some kind of 1099 income, you could absolutely have this as well. You don't have to form a business structure. There are certain reasons, to form an LLC or an S Corp. That's something you absolutely want to strategize with your tax professional. Working full-time in your small business is great. But guess what? You could have a normal full-time job. You can have a W-2 job at a big company and still have a side business. So many people out there have side businesses now. Why not? Take your hobbies and turn it into money. So you can have 2 retirement accounts. You can be contributing to your full-time job and to your solo 401k. So just know that that doesn't disqualify you. As long as you meet those other qualifications, you can absolutely have a solo 401k. So remember, just like I said, it is okay to contribute to both of them. So just some business examples, and this is just a small list. People are very creative out there. Everyone has some great business ideas that they're doing. So realtors, attorneys, CPAs, writers, bloggers, maybe you're selling on Etsy, maybe you're selling on Amazon. You're showing that 1099 income. So how do you fund your solo 401k? There are only two ways to fund the solo 401k. There are two great ways, but just two. It's rollovers and contributions. So rollovers are going to be funds from any other retirement account. So that's going to be a traditional IRA, maybe a previous 401k, 403b, TSB, 457, a pension plan. One thing that does not roll into the solo 401k is a Roth IRA. Everything else, if it's a retirement fund, should be able to roll into this. Generally, there's not going to be a taxable event. We'll walk through the rollover process with you. Like I said, we do have such a great support team. We're here to get you through. And I keep calling it a process. It's easier than a process, just a few steps. So what you'll do is you'll roll over some IRAs, maybe a previous 401k, and you'll get that into your solo 401k. Now for contributions. Contributions can be a little tricky. We always recommend working with your CPA. So if your small business is making a profit, you're able to contribute some of those funds. What's really cool is you can make your contributions as either pre-tax or Roth. So I know I said that a Roth IRA cannot roll into this. That is true. But your solo 401k comes with a Roth 401k capabilities. So you could absolutely make new contributions as Roth. Or you can do in-plan conversions and you can convert some of your pre-tax to Roth. What's really great about these plans, our plan in particular, actually, is that we allow for so many different great components like in-plan conversions, pre-tax and Roth, something called a mega backdoor Roth. All of these plans, all of these different things come with your plan. Contributions, you have your business earnings. They're going to go into your solo 401k. Once you've funded your solo 401k, you are ready to purchase some cryptocurrency. You are going to be able to have cryptocurrency in your retirement account. So let's talk about if you don't qualify for a solo 401k. That's okay. Not everyone's going to qualify, but everyone does qualify for a self-directed IRA. This is just another way to get your funds in your control. So with the Checkbook IRA LLC, it's either going to be traditional or a Roth. You'll choose, and it depends on what funds you have. So we are much more hands-on with the Checkbook IRA. So what we'll do is we'll actually create a new IRA for you. It's either going to be traditional or Roth. The second thing that we do for you is we form a special purpose LLC. So this LLC, it's not your business. The only purpose that this LLC serves is for your IRA. It's an asset of your IRA. So when we set this up, we set it up at the same bank. You'll have your IRA, you'll have your special purpose LLC bank account, and you'll utilize those to purchase cryptocurrency. So you'll actually move funds from your IRA to this new LLC bank account, and you're going to move it out to your cryptocurrency account. So a little visual for you. Here's your old retirement plan. We're rolling your funds into your new self-directed IRA. You're signing a piece of paper, and those funds are now moved into your special purpose LLC bank account. From there, you're going to move those funds out to your exchange that you've created. So just a little recap. We're going to handle all of this. We're going to establish your new IRA. We're forming that LLC for you. We're opening up that LLC bank account, and we're getting your IRA funds invested into that LLC. From there, you're in control. We're not in control of that. You are. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Cryptocurrency in your retirement account. So there's two ways to purchase crypto. There's doing it with a crypto custodial account, which we offer. And then there's the DIY purchase and storage. So our program is called Bitcoin Pro Storage. All of your cryptocurrency will be stored in a secure, offline, cold storage wallet. So the cold storage vaults, it's offline. It is not connected to the internet. This prevents hacking. What's great also is this is insured. So this kind of platform, it's not for constant trading. So for this is a long-term hold. So you'll purchase it and that's it. I have one of these. Purchase it, I don't even look at it. You know, with my other accounts, I like to play around a little bit, trade here and there. So, you know, this is based on what you want to do, what you're most comfortable with. This is great. We set everything up for you. So, you know, sometimes there can be some hoops you have to jump through when you're setting up your own institutional exchanges. With this, we're going to do all that work for you. You don't even have to worry about it. There's no going to Coinbase Prime or Kraken. We'll take care of everything. Happy to discuss this on a one-on-one call. I'll give you that information at the end. We can go over all of it, the fees. This is where you'll find the application. So if you're interested, you could always fill out an application and I'll just call you from there. So take note of this. And if you're interested, as soon as I get your application, I will give you a call. Okay, what if you want to do it yourself? So your first step will be to open up an institutional account at an exchange. This may also be called a business or a corporate account. So it's not a personal account. I'm sure a lot of you have a Coinbase account, maybe a Kraken account. It's in your name. You're not going to use that account. You're opening up a brand new account in the name of either your trust, if you have the solo 401k, or your LLC, if you have your IRA LLC with us. So it's always got to be titled in the name of your 401k trust or that LLC. That goes with any investment that you're going to, you know, purchase with 401k funds. It's always titled in the name of your trust or your LLC. So some of the platforms that do support these accounts: Coinbase Prime, Kraken Institutional, Gemini Institutional, and Binance US. So here's an example of some of the guides we have. So we've taken a lot of time to create these guides because you're the one that's going to open up the accounts. So remember, we don't see your funds. We're not opening up these accounts, but that's what's so great about this. You're the one that's in control of your funds. So you're going to be the one setting up your crypto exchange. But look, we have step-by-step guides for that Coinbase Prime exchange. We have a video. So, and then if there's something you don't understand, reach out to us. You know, these exchanges, it's much different than setting up your personal account. They get open in like a day. With these, it takes about a week, and they might send you an email and ask you some maybe odd questions. If you don't understand something, that's when you take a screenshot, send us an email. You know, we'll get you through that process. That is what we are here for. Just a little side note, Coinbase Prime is taking a very long time from what our customers have said, and also a lot of us. You may want to go with Gemini or Kraken. Their support team is a little better, and they're getting these accounts open in about a week. And we all know with cryptocurrency, time is of the essence. Okay, so after you get your crypto exchange open, step 2, you're going to buy your crypto. All you do is wire your funds from your trust or LLC checking account to the crypto exchange. It's as simple as that. And then now you have crypto in your retirement account. How cool. Goes like this. A little visual is always great. There's your solo 401k with your retirement funds. It's going into your crypto exchange, and you own crypto in your solo 401k or IRA LLC. Step 3, this is optional. It's not recommended to leave your crypto on an exchange. You may want an offline cold storage hard wallet, such as a Trezor or a Ledger. So we're going to talk a little bit about prohibited transactions. So this applies to the solo 401k and the self-directed IRA. It applies to all retirement accounts. So it's transactions that are not allowed in your retirement account. There's a list of disqualified people you can't do deals with. So that list is your lineal ascendants, your lineal descendants, you personally, certain assets like collectibles you're not allowed to purchase with your retirement funds. So let's talk about how this applies to cryptocurrency. So transferring non-retirement owned crypto holdings into a solo 401k or IRA is prohibited. So let's look at Raquel's example. She purchased Bitcoin and Ethereum prior to opening up her solo 401k. She now wants to transfer these assets because she knows that the gains can grow, tax deferred. So this is not allowed. So assets that are purchased with personal funds, they can never be recategorized as retirement funds. We get questions about, I have all these rental properties. I bought them in my personal name. Can I put it into my solo 401k? Remember, there's only 2 ways to fund your solo 401k. It's with rollovers and new contributions. Some people do already have, real estate in an IRA. That could roll into that, and that you can get retitled. But anything with personal funds cannot go into this. So I know maybe some of you guys have some great gains on that crypto. You're going to have to keep it where it is, but you'll be able to purchase new crypto, and that is going to grow tax deferred. So making contributions to the IRA or the 401k in crypto is prohibited. So even if Raquel used her business funds to purchase crypto originally, it's still not allowed. So right now, contributions, they all have to be made in USD. Maybe one day that'll change, but for right now, USD only for those contributions. Depositing 401k money into your personal crypto account because the exchange is taking forever to open the account for your solo 401k is prohibited. When we see crypto going up like this, some of these exchanges are taking a little bit of a long time to get your account open. That doesn't mean that you can take your retirement funds, purchase crypto in your, Coinbase personal account. You always have to use the exchange that is set up in your trust or LLC name. So super important. So you're prohibited from, funding a personal exchange with those retirement accounts. Like I said, do not do that. We've had many people, well, not many, we've had a few people that accidentally fund their personal account. Don't do that. We really hone in on the opening up these right accounts. I always tell people, because you're setting up accounts on your own, if you're going through an application and you say, this is weird, they're not asking any information about my trust name, my trust EIN, they're only asking personal information, that's when you want to ask us, am I opening up this right account? Does this look right? So if you're questioning yourself, ask us some questions. So all accounts are in your trust name or your LLC name. Storing crypto in the same account on a hardware wallet as non-retirement crypto is prohibited. So if you already have a hard wallet, you don't want to mix those personal funds and retirement funds together. You may want to create a a separate account, or you might be better off having a completely separate wallet. That might make things a little easier for you and less confusion. Having your 401k buy or sell crypto to any disqualified person is not allowed. So those disqualified people are your lineal ascendants, lineal descendants. So you have parents, spouses, grandkids, all of that is prohibited. This is an interesting one. So investing in an NFT, a non-fungible token, that's prohibited because it's actually considered a collectible, and collectibles are not allowed to be purchased. So collectibles could be, wines, rugs, artwork, and NFTs. So our services and support. We have great trainings. We do webinars 2 and 3 times a week. We've been just doing this the longest time. And like I said before, we all have our own self-directed accounts. So we have the ability to support you through this. We are always approved. Our documents are approved every single year. Your plan is always compliant. And that is important. We have people that come to us from other providers and their plan was not up to date. You will never have that problem with us. Okay, so our fee. Our setup fee is $3.99. The annual fee is just $99. That includes any kind of updates, amendments, and of course our ongoing support. We are so worth it. We do collect both fees up front, so it will be $4.98 your first year. It'll be a little cheaper for you guys if you want to sign up today and click on, not sure where the button is, on that button. For the Checkbook IRA LLC, the fee is a little higher because remember, we're doing a lot more of the work for you. So the setup is $9.95 and then the annual is $3.25. But these are all flat fees. If you get your IRA up to $1 billion, which I hope everyone does, we're not taking any more fees from you. So these are flat fees. Here's our contact information. I'm going to leave this up for a second so you guys can jot this down. There is the link for the one-on-one. So if you go to solo401k.com/consult, you'll most likely be talking to me. And I would be more than happy to go over your situation. We can discuss what plan's best for you. We can really go over each step by step, and really dig into it. So please set up a call. You could always email us, support@solo401k.com. And of course, call us. And let's jump into some questions. Okay. And bear with me, guys. I'm just going to pull some of these questions. Okay. So we have a question from Faith. Do IRS maximum contributions apply to self-directed 401ks? Is there a cap on how much can be transferred from existing 401ks or 403bs? Faith, that's a beautiful question. So yes, there are maximums on contribution limits. So your contribution limits, so how you calculate your contributions is that you take your net earned income or your W-2 wages, however you're paying yourself from your business, and you get 2 kinds of contributions, employee and employer contributions. Your employee contributions are up to $19,500 or 100% of your net earned income, and it maxes out at that $19,500. If you're over 50, you get that $6,500 catch up. Those employee contributions, they can be Roth or traditional funds. Remember, it's Roth 401k or traditional funds. For the employer contributions, it's going to be 20% if you're a sole proprietor or an LLC, or 25% if you're an S Corp or C Corp of your net earned income of your W-2 wages from your business if you're an S Corp or a C Corp. So that's how you get your max. The overall max is going to be $58,000 if you're under 50, or $64,500 if you're over 50. So excellent question. As for rollovers, so you said specifically transferring an existing 401k or a 403b. Also for IRAs, there is no cap on rollovers. So rollover as much or as little as you want. I was talking to someone today and they thought that they had to roll everything over. No, it's up to you. You know, this is your retirement plan. So you're going to decide what to roll over. Most people like to roll it all over because they can do everything in this. They can do brokerage, cryptocurrency, real estate. But remember, it's absolutely up to you. So fantastic question. Okay, the next question from Cynthia. Cynthia, what about a DBA? So, or do you mean a DBA, how you're a sole proprietor and you have a DBA for your business? If that's what you're talking about, that is absolutely fine. As long as you're showing that self-employment income, you're showing that Schedule C, you're great. You qualify. So awesome, Cynthia. Question from Faith. For the solo 401k, are your contributions maxed at the level of profit showing on your Schedule C? Awesome, Faith. So yeah, you're going to look at your Schedule C. That's after your deductions. So after deductions, you're going to take that number, and that's how you calculate your contributions. Awesome question. Next question is from Ellen. Can you name beneficiaries for your crypto in your account? Great question. So Ellen, thank you for asking that. So when you establish an account with us, you're going to get your login to your dashboard, which contains your plan documents. You're also going to get your signature pages. So your signature pages is, we pull all the important documents out that need to be signed. So you'll sign that. Also, you could designate your beneficiaries there. So you want to designate them and let them know. We don't need to see your signature pages. That is all for your records. So whoever you're designating, let them know that they are the beneficiaries on the plan. So, and then you'll want to designate them on your, your crypto accounts. Let them know, the logins, all the important information, because it's fully self-directed. You're in charge of letting your beneficiaries know that, God forbid something happens, they take over this plan. So excellent. Thank you, Ellen. Great question. The next question comes from Zawadi. If you begin with a checkbook IRA, can you transfer into the self-directed 401k? Fabulous question. So it depends. So if you start with a checkbook IRA and it's a traditional IRA, you could absolutely roll that into the solo 401k. If it's a Roth IRA, it's going to have to stay as that checkbook IRA, the Roth. But then you can just open up a solo 401k and you can make contributions to both. So now you have a Roth IRA that's investing in alternative assets and you have a solo 401k. So it depends on whether it's going to be a traditional or a Roth IRA. Awesome question. I'm just grabbing these questions, guys. Bear with me. The next question is from Siobhan. How long does your money or crypto have to stay in your account to be considered retirement account? So it is, remember, so you're going to fund your retirement account. So your first step is you're going to open up a plan with us, and then you're going to fund it. So either with rollovers or new contributions. As soon as you fund that account, it's still retirement funds. So it already is. So now you have your funds in your solo 401k. You've opened up your exchange in the name of your trust or your LLC. You're wiring funds from, your trust checking account, your LLC bank account to your crypto. It's retirement funds this whole time. So it is forever retirement funds until it's time for retirement and you're taking your distributions. So when it's time for distributions, that's when it turns into personal funds. Excellent question. Thank you, Siobhan. The next question comes from Lenora. If my LLC is a disregarded entity, is it still eligible? So as long as your LLC is showing, the Schedule C income. So you're always looking for Schedule C as in cat. Any Schedule E as in Edgar, that's not going to qualify you. So that's what's most important is that Schedule C, and it's your net earned income. So thank you, Lenora. The next question is from Xing. This is only for own businesses and not current employers, right? So the solo 401k is for if you have your own business. Yes, correct. Your own business. You do not have any full-time W-2 employees in your business. So if you work for a big company, like CVS, your W-2 wages that you're getting from CVS, you can't open up a solo 401k and contribute based on that. So yes, you do need to show some self-employment activity. So if you do not have that, that's when you'll want to think about doing that self-directed IRA LLC, where you can roll in previous 401ks, traditional IRAs, or maybe have it be a Roth and roll in Roth IRA funds. So if you don't qualify for the solo 401k, that's okay. A lot of people don't. And that's why we also have our self-directed IRA LLC. Great question, Xing. The next question comes from Mary. If you purchase a real estate asset under your LLC or trust, the asset is in your retirement account. If that asset is a rental property and it's generating an income, does that income also need to stay in the retirement account? Or can you personally collect the rent income? Thank you, Mary. Fantastic question. So yes. It is going to stay in the retirement account. So it looks like this. You have your trust checking account. You find a rental property you want to purchase with solo 401k funds or your IRA LLC funds. So you wire the funds from that checking account to the closing table. So now it's either that trust name or your LLC name that's on the title, and your retirement account owns that. Anytime rent checks are coming in, it's going into that checking account. Let's say property taxes are due. It's coming out of that same checking account. So everything's always flowing in and out of that trust checking account. Let's say you need a plumber to come over and fix something. It's coming out of that, to pay for it, it's coming out of that trust checking account. So it's really important to never mix personal funds with retirement funds. So the only time you're starting to take, you're never going to directly take those rent checks, but what you'll do is, everything's going in and out of that trust checking account. When it's time for distributions, then you could take it out of that trust checking account, depending if it's Roth 401k funds or traditional. If it's traditional, you'll pay, the taxes on the distribution. If it's Roth, you're not paying anything. So you're only going to take those funds out when it's time for distributions at retirement age. Thank you for that, Mary. Another question from Zawadi. If I'm restarting a business and rolling over a SEP, how long would it be before I have to show income? Gosh, everyone has such great questions. So the IRS is fairly understanding. You're starting a new business. You may not be generating income. It's okay your first year. It might even be okay your second year. You definitely want to double check with your CPA, your tax advisor. But like I said, the IRS is fairly understanding. So maybe not the first year, hopefully the second year, but definitely double check. But you do not have to show the income right away. The IRS says intent to earn money allows you to have the solo 401k. But of course, all they say is intent. So that's a gray area. So that's where you do want to double check with the CPA. Great question. Ellen, if you have profits from a rental property not owned by a business entity, can that be a source of funds? So Ellen, typically rental properties, that's going to fall on your Schedule E. A lot of people will work with their CPA and, tell them you're trying to qualify for a solo 401k. You want to show active income. So maybe your CPA suggests paying yourself a management fee. So something can fall on that Schedule C. Of course, you're going to pay more taxes, but now you qualify for the solo 401k. So something to work with the CPA, absolutely possible. You have rental properties, you're doing work, pay yourself a management fee. Great question, Ellen. Faith says, it sounds like rollover funds from employer-sponsored IRAs, 403Bs, etc., can go into the checkbook IRA. Is that correct? That is correct, Faith. Absolutely. I see some great questions here in this chat. So Ellen, are you ever allowed to trade crypto within the retirement account? Absolutely. So that's how you're going to open up your crypto exchange. You're going to open it up in the name of your retirement account. You're going to move your funds from your trust checking account, your LLC bank account into your crypto account, and then trade every day. Do whatever you want. So as long as you're keeping it under your solo 401k umbrella, you're not paying taxes. Remember, you're only paying the taxes when it's time for those distributions. So absolutely, Ellen, trade that crypto in your retirement account. So Jacqueline has a question. Can you set up an account if you are already retired? So a few things here. We have a lot of people that are retired, but they've started a side business. As long as you're showing that self-employment activity, you can absolutely, have the solo 401k. As for the self-directed IRA, absolutely. You can open that up. You just may not be able to make contributions if you're not working anymore. But yeah, if you have funds that need to be rolled into something and get this control, yeah, of course you can. So if you want to show self-employment activity, start doing something on the side, you can do the solo 401k. If you are retired, you do not want to work anymore, good for you. you'll want to do that self-directed IRA. Thank you, Jacqueline. Fernette, what are your commission and fees for purchasing assets, stocks, crypto, real estate? We don't have any fees. So we never see your funds. We never know what you have. You're the one that's setting up these certain accounts. So for instance, let's say you want to trade stocks. You want to use Schwab. Perfect. You'll open up a Schwab account and it'll be in your solo 401k name and your trust name and or the IRA LLC. You'll follow our guide. We have guides on how to do that. So you'll go to, what brokerage platform you like the best. Hopefully they support the kind of account that you want to open. If you're confused at all, remember, you're leaning on us for support. So you'll do all your trading in those, in that platform. I think most of the big brokerage companies have gotten rid of their fees. So, choose what brokerage company you want. As for, crypto, they all have fees. So you'll pay their fees. We are not taking any of your money. Our fees are flat. Like I said before, if you have $1 billion in your solo 401k, and gosh, I hope you guys all do, we're not taking any more money from you. When it comes for real estate as well, we're not taking any of those rent checks. Great question. Ellen, if you create an LLC with partners to purchase real estate, can you put your share of the LLC, your equity and income in the retirement account? So a few things here. So if you have an LLC with partners and that's your sponsoring business and you're generating that earned income, you could have a plan. Having partners on your LLC is not a problem. We'll actually write a special plan for you. Give us it only takes us 2 to 4 hours to get you your plan. But for a plan that we have to exclude your partners, it'll take us about 24 to 48 hours. So yes, you could have a plan even if you have partners. So I'm just not sure of your question. So I'm going to try to answer a couple things that I think you're trying to talk about. So if you wanted to, what you can do is if you want to invest your solo 401k into an LLC with partners on it and then invest in properties, you can do that. What's important is you're not investing with anyone that's on that disqualified list. So you personally cannot be on that LLC. None of your lineal ascendants, lineal descendants. So no one on that disqualified list. But you can do that. And any return that you get from that property would go back into your retirement account. So if you're using retirement funds to invest in this LLC, any kind of returns are going back into your retirement account. I hope I got your question there, Ellen. Another one from Ellen. Are you ever eligible to do both types of retirement accounts? Absolutely. So for that, you can absolutely do the solo 401k. And then if you have Roth IRA funds is when you'll want to do the self-directed IRA LLC as well. Your solo 401k, it comes with all the capabilities that you'll need and want. The only reason to also have that self-directed IRA is if you have Roth IRA funds or you want to open up and start a new Roth IRA. So yes, we have a ton of people that do both. We actually give you a nice discount if you do bundle the two. So yes, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Ellen. Question from Alicia. If you set up a solo 401k retirement account for your business entity and years later you close your business, how will that affect your self-directed solo 401k? Fabulous question. So that's why we have this self-directed IRA as well. So if you are done, you don't want to work anymore, we get that. So what you'll do is you'll open up a self-directed IRA LLC, which is great about that is that you don't have to liquidate things. You can get things retitled, you'll do rollovers, we'll help you through the process. So you bring up a great point, Alicia. If your business is not active, you cannot have the solo 401k. You do have to stop making contributions immediately, and you have a year to roll everything out. And you have this great option. You have this self-directed IRA LLC. So thank you for that clarification, Alicia. Ashanda, you mentioned you don't have fees. If I'm setting up a retirement account for the first time and want to put $500 in it, it seems like I would have to pay $900 to set up this account and $300 per year to keep the account. So I'd obviously have to wait until I've saved $1,700 before I put the $500 into the retirement plan. Is that correct? So it depends. Are you talking about the solo 401k or are you talking about the self-directed IRA? So it really depends. Do you have, well, you said this is the first time. So yes, we do have those fees. They are absolutely worth it. Remember, the only ways to fund the retirement account is with rollovers from previous 401ks, with IRAs, or new contributions. So the funds have to be coming from somewhere. I hope that helps answer that question. Ellen says, in the unlikely event I want to move my account from Nabers, how easy is it to roll over to another provider? So a few things there. So if you want to roll, you're done being self-directed maybe, and you just want to roll it over into like a Schwab IRA. So what you'll do is, you'll liquidate everything and you'll have to do some paperwork. There's something called a 1099-R. It's a pretty simple form. You might want to work with your CPA. I work with my CPA whenever I need to do any kind of paperwork. Even though I feel like I can do it, I still do everything with my CPA. Why not? I do not want to mess with the IRS. So it is fairly easy. There is some work that will be done. So, but it's not that difficult. Another point there. So Ellen, if you're talking about going to another provider, someone that does something similar to us, it's a fairly easy step as well. You'll just, go with a new provider, and you most likely don't have to change anything if they're similar to us, if they do, IRS document provisions. But you don't want to leave. But if you have to, it's absolutely doable. No charges to close it down. So thank you, Ellen. And then Alicia said, I meant, how will it affect your solo 401k? So it'll affect your, well, you do if if you're retiring, if your business entity is no longer active, it's not going to, you just have to roll out of it. So you can no longer have the solo 401k. You're not going to pay taxes. What you'll want to do is roll over. So yes, you do have to close the solo 401k. So that is how it's affected, but you're just going to roll into another retirement account. The next question comes from Evelyn. So for further clarification, you can trade, exchange crypto in a retirement fund and also incorporate stocks, mutual funds, ETFs through brokers, TD Ameritrade. Yes, yes, yes. So, and then you said you do not offer a portfolio. Exactly. So we don't see your funds. we don't tell you what to invest in. Our plan allows you to open up an account at TD Ameritrade. You'll actually go to TD Ameritrade, you'll use the plan we provided for you, and you'll open up their, I think it's called their TD Ameritrade Trust account. So think of it like this. We supply you with the plan, that's the umbrella. Under the umbrella, you may have various accounts. You have your Kraken institutional account. You have your trust checking account. You have your TD Ameritrade trust account. This is all within your solo 401k. So you're going to have different logins for everything. So you're creating your own portfolio. So you'll have your login for your bank account, for your Kraken, for your TD Ameritrade. What's great is everything can move. You know, because it's all under that umbrella, you can move funds from your TD Ameritrade account back to your trust account, the trust checking account, to your cryptocurrency account. You can move back and forth. That's not a problem, as long as you're staying within the same tax classification. So another important thing, I thought maybe we'll bring it up. And if this gets too complex, guys, remember, schedule some time with me. Happy to go over this. If you're going to utilize the traditional and the Roth, you want separate accounts for everything. You might have 2 cryptocurrency accounts. One's for your Roth funds, one's for your traditional. This only applies to the solo 401k. So you do want to keep the separate tax classifications, because remember, that's one of the great benefits of the solo 401k. You get to utilize both a Roth 401k component and a traditional 401k component. Thank you, Evelyn. Cynthia, can you do a backdoor rollover of a set amount of money from a 457 into the solo 401k? So you can absolutely do a rollover. I'm wondering if you're asking about the mega backdoor Roth. So backdoor rollover, what I can tell you is you could absolutely roll your 457 into the solo 401k, and you can do in-plan conversions. Is your 457, is it traditional funds? Can it be Roth funds? However you roll it in, say it's traditional, you can convert that to Roth. Your plan allows for in-plan conversions. It allows for voluntary after-tax contributions, which allows for the mega backdoor Roth, which is a very complex strategy. What you need to know is that your plan allows for it. Thank you, Cynthia. Question from Ellen. To clarify, you don't roll over, you liquidate and pay penalties and taxes. Oh, so if you don't roll over, you liquidate. Yeah, so if you don't do the rollover properly, you will pay penalties, because then it's a distribution. So you don't want to do that. If you're rolling into the plan, you'll want to make sure that you do it properly. And we have guides, videos, and our support team to get you through the process. A direct rollover is not going to cause a taxable event. You're just going from one qualified retirement plan to another. Question from Faith. If my business showed a loss on Schedule C, could I still fund the solo 401k, cost or less, and roll over an unlimited amount from my employee-sponsored 401k? Okay, yes, good question. So if you're showing a loss on your Schedule C, you cannot make any new contributions, but you can still roll over. So that's okay. Remember, if you're starting a new business, it's okay to not show that positive Schedule C income. You do want to show that at some point, but you still qualify for the solo 401k, which means you can do rollovers. If you're not showing any positive, a net earned income, a positive number there, there's no contributions that you can make. So great question. And I cannot believe it has already been an hour. So thank you, everyone. It's been such great questions here. If you want to sign up now, down there. Also, if you want to set up a one-on-one, absolutely do it. Let me put my link in here so you guys can have it. So there's my link. If you guys didn't get your questions answered, let's jump on a call. Also, if you just want to talk about your specific situation, let's jump on a call. If you have no idea what I just talked about and you're so confused, let's jump on a call. So this has been awesome. Thank you, Alicia, for coordinating this. Thank you, everyone that participated. Such great questions. You can absolutely rewatch this. You'll just click on the same link. This has been great. So please reach out. Remember, I'm Alana Brown. I am with Nabers Group and Solo 401k. Thank you so much, Alicia. Have a great night, everyone.